Hi, welcome back. I want to get you thinking this time about where your potential clients hang out, especially online. And so I wanted to give you some information about some of the big social media places that almost everyone can be found. And then I want you to start thinking about how you can use that information to reach your target students. So, first of all, did you know that 82% of adults ages 30 to 49 in the US are on social media? 70% of adults in the United States use Facebook, and 73% use YouTube. Those are really big, especially when you know that only 37% of adults in the US use Instagram, and that's the third biggest. So between YouTube and Facebook, you're going to be able to reach almost everyone in your target market. And honestly, if they're not using Facebook or YouTube, it's kind of unlikely that they're people that are comfortable online and that they're going to be looking for an online tutor. So I want to give you a tour of Facebook from a business perspective and talk about some ways that you can use it. So our first stop on Facebook is to take a look at your own profile. And what I did here is I clicked this eyeball icon here, View As. And now I'm looking at what my Facebook profile looks like to the public, to someone who's not a friend and not me. I think this is helpful because if you're going to be marketing your business on Facebook and making professional contacts on Facebook, you really want to know what other people are seeing when they look at your page. So take a minute to scroll through your profile in a public view and just make sure that you like what you see. I have chosen to limit a lot of my information. If you look at the public view and my about information, it has very little about my personal life. My friends are not listed. And I've been very selective about the pictures that I show and the posts that I've shared as a public person. So that's your first step to just see what Facebook looks like, and make sure that you're presenting a professional persona or a professional look that you would like your potential clients and your students to see. Our next step on Facebook is to take a look at building a business page. So if you look over here in the left panel of Facebook and click on Pages, you'll see that I run several different pages. A couple of them are my own business, and a couple of them are actually for other people. And this is my tutoring page. So if you want to create a page, you click the plus icon. When you hover, it says Create, and choose Page. And the only things you need to create your Facebook page are a name for your page. So that could be your own name and then just the word tutoring, or it could be a business name that you've already decided on and you could change this later. A category, and you start to type the category. So if you type tutoring, the option they give you is tutor teacher. So you can choose that. And then a description. This is just a sentence or two. It's the answer to the question, what do you do? So give a brief answer, and it's very brief. There are 255 characters that you can use in this. So you'll keep it pretty brief. And then when you have filled in the required information, you'll have the create page option and you'll create your page. Inside your page, you can update your cover photo, your profile picture, or you can post and create public Facebook posts. One of the things that I really like to do within Facebook is use the publishing tools to create my posts, and I like that because I can schedule them in advance. That's really helpful. So when I have a plan to make some posts during the week, I use this create post button. I type my message, I paste my link, and then instead of choosing share now, I click schedule, and I decide when I want that post to be live. I don't usually click stop newsfeed distribution because my posts are typically not time sensitive. So once they're up, they're up. So you can schedule out your posts for the whole week, or you can go further than that and do all this work when you have time and not have to worry about it. So another way you might want to use Facebook is to create a group. And if you click on the Groups tab there on the left, you can click Create New Group. and give it a name, and you get to choose privacy. So public is anyone who's in the group, is anyone who searches Facebook can find who's in the group and what they post. Or private, and that's like the groups I run, only members can see who's in the group and what they post. So if you go to search for a group and it's private, all you'll see is the name and description of the group, maybe the names of the admins and moderators, and there'll be a button to join. Public is just what it sounds like. Anything your readers post, everyone can see. So you would want to think about your purpose for this. Running a Facebook group is a lot of work. You have to make sure that you're there to respond to people's questions, that you're getting out new content. If you decide to create a group, you want to be really purposeful about it. Just making a group for tutoring prospects is probably not worth your time and effort. But if you wanted to do something like run an ongoing study group for teens, or have a group that provides support to parents of students with a particular need, you might want to create a private group for that. The other way to use groups is to click Discover. And when you click Discover, you can look at all these different categories, or you can search groups for a certain term, like you could search for dyslexia. You can click Discover here and find different groups that you may want to join that are relevant to you. You can also type search terms in the search box here and look for groups that might be relevant to you and what you do. Be careful here, because when you're joining a group, you have to agree to abide by their rules. So some groups have absolutely no promotion rules. Some groups allow professionals, tutors, or other service providers to list their services in response to a request. And some groups have a specific day of the week or month that people can promote their services. So make sure that if you join a group, you know what the rules are and that you're ready to follow them. And your purpose for being in the group is really getting your name out as a member of a community and as a person who has a certain area of knowledge and expertise. So a lot of the work of joining a group is really talking to other members, answering their questions. Feel free to slip in there how you know what you know. Sometimes I'll say in a response like, well, as a Norton Gillingham tutor, here's what I would do in your situation. Or, has the student have their phonemic awareness skills been evaluated? As a Norton Gillingham tutor, that's one of the first things I look at with a struggling reader. So you're there to provide help. You're truly trying to become a member of the community. This is not like a fake thing, like if I look like a good member of the community, they'll hire me. It's not that. It's really reaching out to groups, the people around you, and drawing people into your tutoring through that. This takes a little bit of time. It makes sense to just try to pick one or two active groups to participate in at first. The commitment to keeping up with all the different groups, answering all the different queries can be overwhelming. And the payoff is not huge. I participate in a few local groups, and my name comes up as a referral in a couple of them. But more than that, it's just about finding out generally what the people I want to work with are asking and what they need, so that when I do talk to someone who's looking for my services specifically, I have better information for them. So that's the purpose of joining groups. So that's 3 different ways you can use Facebook to promote your tutoring services. So learning how to use social media as a business owner is a little bit of a learning curve, but the first step is to find out where your clients hang out. So do you know where your potential clients spend their time on social media, or do you need to do some research? Let me know in the Facebook group, and happy searching.